Hi, everyone. It's Henry DeVries of Agency Rainmaker TV. This is where we help agency owners make it rain. We also get listeners who are consultants and other professionals. So if you're any of those, welcome. We have a special guest today, Mandi Ellefson. Mandi, tell us who you serve.
Well, we serve consulting agencies that are in the low seven figures, most of them, sometimes a little bit earlier. And they have exceptionally good results, and they have a very difficult time scaling those results without the business being more and more dependent on them.
The gap, that gap where you grow it and you get a little help, but you're not quite there where it's the team. Is that a fair statement?
Where it's the team where they need more team, they need more
Right. The
leadership,
team to scale.
actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes,
some
they
of our
need.
guests have called it a mature business. Other people call it a scalable business. In reading your book, that was some of the message I got from you that you, I think it was Steve Jobs who says we don't do it alone, we do it as a team. I know people like Roy Disney has said the same thing. Is that your philosophy? It takes a team to win?
I'd say that, but you can have a great team and still not win if you don't have the right foundations in place to scale.
Oh, very good. Well, let's talk about what you do to help people scale.
All right. So what we do is we help them put in place, we help the consulting agency CEOs and their teams put in place the foundations in order to triple their price point, in order to have the cash flow and profitability to be able to scale the right kind of business. So we're helping them be able to have the right irresistible offer that will attract in the right type of business that allows them to have the bandwidth to be able to have the company first run without them and then grow without them.
Tell me more about triple your price point.
Right. So that sounds a little bit unbelievable, right? But one of the things that we find is that when agencies go and look at moving from where they are delivering, they're delivering just the deliverables, that the clients are they say, well, our clients want these deliverables, so we give them these deliverables, and then they pay this certain amount. So that has worked for a number of years, and it's increasingly not working as price resistance increases with changes in the market, with globalization, with changes in technology, where deliverables just are not that sexy anymore. So what we do is we help our clients to be able to look at what are the real outcomes that you can deliver and who's that profit sweet spot client you can deliver it for. And then when you have it dialed into that profit sweet spot, which is one client, one painful problem, and one outcome, and we're talking about a client within a specific industry, that profit sweet spot client. And then when you're clear about the outcome, that's not just increased traffic, that's overall, what is the full outcome of the impact that you're making for the business, a financial impact if possible. We really help them dial that in. And once they're really clear on how big of an impact they can make for their clients, oftentimes our clients are not willing to take on clients that aren't willing to pay more than, double of what they are typically charging upfront. Not even just upfront, but just ongoing for their clients.
Well, I certainly understand. You're looking for people with the ability to pay and also the eagerness to pay. If you can deliver that outcome, they would be eager to pay you money for that. Is that a fair way of putting it? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're able to position your company as head and shoulders above the rest of the industry, where you actually are leaving the agency world behind, the agency world where they're coming and saying, hey, I want SEO help for, wait, let's stop. Like, what we actually do is we're a growth partner for, let's say, industrial service companies. And we help the industrial service companies go from 10 million to 50 million over this period of time. And when you have that kind of outcome, when you're able to impact a company in that way, which is a stretch for some, and actually a lot of our clients who have created offers like this did not think it was possible. They didn't even know it was possible. But we help our clients be able to increase their price points by attracting the right type of clients. And even a 10% increase in pricing can double your profits. So even on the very low end, there are lots of ways that you can be able to increase the profitability in your company and then get your operations and your fulfillment all organized around a much bigger outcome that you're scaling as opposed to deliverables that your clients don't really want to buy. Your clients don't want to buy deliverables. They're buying you, they're buying your expertise, and they're buying what they are going to perceive as your involvement in their project, which means that every new client you bring on, you get more and more tied into the business.
So is it really a triple your profitability type of mantra?
At least that.
Okay. Okay. So I understand now. We always say, just worrying about growing top line is just ego driven. But if you're not growing profit, what are we in business for? We're just spinning our wheels. So I like a lot of things that you're saying, and here's some of the things I'm hearing, and you can correct me, but I'm hearing we really need to have a super tight niche, a niche that we're going after. Niche in America, niche in Canada, I find. So we need somebody to go after, and that has a problem that they want solved, that you have the expertise, you're an authority and an expert in solving that problem, and they're willing to pay and allow you to make a profit to do this, because if you don't have a profit, you cannot stay in business. This is not a nonprofit world that we're in. And it's a profit to you. It's a fair price to them. It's your right expertise. You get all that working together, and then you have some magic that happens. Is that a fair statement?
It would be, but I don't like to, the most people when they're looking at niching are not talking about what we're talking about here. And when I say profit sweet spot client, we're really looking at where you can make the biggest impact and where you can charge the biggest price point. And we're going much higher and in a completely different world and realm than what most people think about when they're niching. So that's one thing I just would like to clarify on that, because it's a completely, it's a different model where you're going from the agency model to where you're becoming a growth partner. And it's not right for all agencies, I'll tell you that. But the kind of agencies that we work with, Tom, who wrote the foreword to my book, they were able to increase their net profit 600%. That's a kind of an outlier, but we see profits increase over 100% for our clients all the time.
That's something great to hope for. Well, let's talk about how you make it rain. How do you find clients? What do you do?
Well, I speak. I wrote the book, The Hands-Off CEO, which you're mentioning. And we do a lot of content on LinkedIn. I have an email list that we have been nurturing for about 9 years. And we have a number of people following us there. I have a podcast called the Hands-Off CEO podcast. So I do a lot of solo episodes on that. We have people on our team come on that as well, because I'm not the only one leading Hands-Off CEO. And we have our clients on there too. So we share our client stories so that people can see that it's possible. What we're doing is really outlandish for some. And it's not so outlandish as it used to be, though. There is a change that's happening in the market where agencies and consulting companies are starting to be more open-minded about looking at the outcomes and performing their services based around an outcome and rallying their whole team around an outcome, because they're being forced to. And also because there are new books that are coming to the market that are starting to talk about this. And they're getting more mainstream attention to this. And when there are big market changes, what we find is agencies start to get a little bit more open-minded about changing the way they've always done things to be able to find ways that can be dramatically better. So I predict that this next year, we're going to increasingly see more agencies move over to models that are more directed in this way. And the sooner that you start focusing what you're delivering to your clients around a specific outcome that a client actually wants, what is that outcome? The client might not know what that is. Mm-hmm. It's like Henry Ford, he said that if we would have asked his customers, they would have said, I want I wanted faster horses, right? Instead of
Right.
an automobile that he actually delivered to them. So it's an opportunity for us to really have a bigger vision and to sell a bigger vision to our clients. And if you want to see how that's done, you can check out my book, check out the podcast, and you can see how we're painting a bigger vision and a bigger way for you to see your agency. And that's what we help our clients to do so that they can scale a profitable, sustainable consulting agency that can run and grow without them.
Nice. Great job, Mandi, staking out a claim there and being an authority in the space and providing hope to many agency owners. That's all the time we have for today. I want to thank Mandi. And until next time, make it rain.